Hi everyone and welcome to 2023. We're now almost through the first month of the year. Time flies. It's a bit of an interesting period at the moment for the property market, and I thought we should take a look back to see how far we have come and what we've discussed previously, as we have definitely been through these sort of times before and we can absolutely go through them again. Back in 2020, I talked about the impact of COVID on the property market and what we could expect. We discussed this on our YouTube channel and on our Najib blog. With lockdown ending and things becoming slightly more normal, we did see the market change. It was busy with lots of demand, which was slightly unusual for the standard winter property market. I predicted that there would still be crazy prices around, and in 12 to 18 months, there would likely be a correction in the market. The short term, I don't see the supply increasing. I still see a lot of demand. So meaning that we're gonna still have these crazy prices, if you will, being achieved because we got a whole lot of buyers moving down here to Christchurch. But what I see long term, 12 to 18 months, there's gonna be more supply, meaning that there's gonna be a lot of options, and we won't have buyers moving down here from other cities or moving up here from other cities. So there's going to be a gap between what the vendor's expectation is and what the buyers are prepared to pay for it. That is where I see a correction. I also spoke about trying not to get caught up in the crazy market. If you could help. If you're thinking about selling, now is a great time to cash up. And buying and selling in the same market doesn't make much difference. So what I'm suggesting is cash up, sit aside for next 12 months, perhaps 18 months, then come back to the market, because I'll see there'll be a correction. And if you're looking to buy, yes, you can go and look for properties, but don't go crazy amongst everybody else who are paying Auckland money for Christchurch properties. This proved to be very true. Those that ended up buying property in 2021 will tell you now that those properties are not worth the same prices that they paid for them. And that's only a year later. Going into 2022, it was still a busy start to the year. Busy market, buyers had fear of missing out last year. This year, people are thinking about they might be overpaying for properties. And come winter, I suggest the market is going to come back to a normal market. We'll probably have the normal winter market this winter. For the last two winters we haven't, right? I predicted that over the winter months there would be a correction in the market of up to 10%. We thought there's going to be a correction in the market because of everything that was the supply was, the developers are acquiring land, and they obviously takes time to develop the land. I still feel like there will be a downturn in the market, like I believe a 10% correction in the next 6 months, I suggest. We saw in our September Real Talk video that the correction was around 8%. We predicted a correction 5 to 10% when it was the boom of the market, didn't we?
Yes, absolutely.
So we had the market come down by 8.85%, right? I also predicted in that September video that we are still expecting the trough to come. If you have watched our previous videos, you will hear me talk about the economical cycle, and this is what I'm talking about when I refer to the trough. It's the coldest day in the market, the lowest point. I predicted back in September 2022 that that day would come in about 6 to 9 months time. And then by later down the track when it's the winter, when it's the coldest time of them, which I'm predicting 6 to 9 months. And I think that in about 9 months it will be a hard market. However, if inflation can't get under control by winter, then it will be a lot uglier than what we are expecting. Contrary to what you hear in the mainstream media, the Christchurch market will be impacted like the rest of the country. There are a lot of subdivisions happening, and it's a question of supply and demand. Imagine what's going to happen when these subdivisions are all released to the market and the demand is not there because of the high interest rates and economical difficulties. It will be a difficult time, but as I've previously said, it's not all bad news, and we have to be able to predict, prepare, and then persevere for these changes to the property market. So don't worry, we aren't at the end of the road yet, and even when we get there, it's not all doom and gloom. The only place to go when you are down in the depth of the trough is up. The game of real estate is long term. What you need to know is, yes, the market will still come back. The market is down 10% already from the peak. I imagine they will come down another 15, possibly 20%. So that's 25% in total. Looking back over the past 4-5 years, there has been a huge growth, a 52% increase in house prices in Christchurch from June 2017, and nationally 40% growth from August 2020. So even we take off that potential 25%, we are still above where the market was at in pre-pandemic times. We have already had that growth period, but it isn't all as bad as it seems. If you have bought in the peak and can ride the wave of the high interest rate, stay where you are. The market will come back. If you can't, then you need to get out now because the market is still looking okay and we are not at the bottom yet. It will only get harder with rising interest rates, inflation, and further decline in the real estate market. We can't replicate the prices that were achieved in the peak, so there is not much point looking backwards. We need to get the best price possible for your home in this market. The market doesn't bounce back that quick, so you need to cut your losses and be realistic about your property in this current market. As I said, if you can ride it out, then do that, because it might take another 5 to 10 years for us to get back to where we are now. It won't be a double-digit growth after a downturn, but it will come back to a normal, healthy 2 to 4% growth per year. Make sure to stay tuned to our regular market updates. Get in touch if you would like to be added to our database. We post regularly on social media as well as our website and YouTube channel. If you want to have a chat about what's happening in the market, whether you should sell your home, look to buy, or rent out your home while you wait for a better time to sell, get in touch. We are more than happy to help.